Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun.
Well, hell's bells. Here we are at the very tail end of this project for this guy, and he puts the stop on it once again. This is like the third time he's put a stop on it. And literally, we have a couple of holes to drill and a little bit of tapping to do, and the project's done. But so far, we've got the spinning hub, the sprocket that hooks to it, a bunch of standoffs. We've got the locking hub and the axle, which is the name of this this last 5 segments. And so that's it. This part is done. But now we're going to go on to another project that I am just like jazzed about, because there is so much to do, and there's a bunch of really cool machine jobs to do on this one, and I'm getting paid for it. Hell, I'd do it for free if if I wasn't getting paid. But well, why not just get paid? Hey, this is Nick Collier checking out for this one and starting the new video. And we're off and rolling on a brand new exciting project. This one's really kind of cool. Basically, this guy has been operating this drill, and I know it doesn't look like a drill, but it's like if you look down there, you'll see that it's there's probably a 6-inch drill bit. I haven't seen the bit, but I saw pictures, and about this big. And basically, this carriage indexes back to here. You put the bit in with, it's got a 5 or 6 foot extension on it. You drill into the earth, and I'll give you a picture of drill into the earth. You disconnect, you index back, you put an extension in, you continue to drill until you've reached your destination. And from what I gather, and I'm not sure, this guy bought this. Somebody built this. This is all hand built. Somebody built it, and he bought it, and he's got a contract in place in the Bay Area. And I guess he used it for a long time, and it worked really well. So he wants me to make 3 more of them, which is pretty exciting, because that's gonna bring a couple of bucks into the process. Plus, we've got some machining work to do. You can look down here. I just pulled this apart yesterday and pulled out all the grease, and there's a couple of gears and some adapters, and oh man, there's a bunch of machining that's got to be done in there. The other thing is that this is going to give me a real opportunity to use my pattern torch, because there's all these gussets. I don't see any right now. Okay, yeah, here, the gusset, and they're all kind of custom too. So, they've got to be made, and then in this situation, 1, 2, 3, I get to make 18 of them. So that's where the pattern torch comes in, like nobody's business. And I've been playing with that thing and kind of getting used to it, and I'm getting it down to where I've got it pretty well. So we've ordered the material, and I've gotten half of it back in, and we'll be pulling that in a couple of hours once everybody gets here. I'm going to have a couple of people help me out with this one, because it's just a big job. And if I was to do it on my own, I'd be here until next July. So, yeah, follow along. We're going to have some fun. All right, well, here's the team taking this thing apart. Say hi, Cody. Hi. And Taylor. Hi. Okay, we're all getting greasy here, and we're starting to figure out what the hell to do. Okay, Nick Collier here again. It's pretty early in the morning, and we're getting started on this frame project. The only way to start is to start on the first piece, right? And so we're gonna work on this little bracket right here, we have to make 3 per side. That's 6 times 3. So we're going to make 18 of them. And this is the place where we're going to get to use the pattern torch. Yes! So I've cut out a pattern, and we still need to get this arch in the bottom here, and I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but let's just draw a pattern first. And we'll use the actual circumference to do it with. So it's going to go something like that. I'd say about like that. I think it's probably going to be easiest just to go ahead and take it over and saw it out. And we'll go over to the saw. All right, well, little table saw. I bought this at a local restore. I don't know, I think it was $50 or something like that. It was pretty inexpensive, but the saw traveled too fast because it was for wood. So I came in and put a series of pulleys down below here and got the correct motor in there, and everything seems to be working just fine now. And I wished I would have filmed it because it was a pretty good little project, but I didn't, and so here we are in the finished process. So let's saw this and see how it comes out. All right, we're going to drill a 3/8 hole anywhere, doesn't really matter. Someplace in the center. And that's a good one. There we go. A little bit of file work on that edge, and maybe countersink that. We could just do that over here. Spin you around here. Someplace right in there is our countersink. I mostly leave that countersink right where it's at because that drill goes the right speed, and you know, I hardly use it for anything else. And as I said, just a little bit of file work just to kind of smooth that edge over a little bit. Or smooth that inside radius. I think we may be able to, or may need to just round those corners just a little bit. Now that's going to be a weld, so it's not going to matter one way or the other. Knock that stuff off here. All right, let's take it over and just knock those corners off. And And we've got our first gusset. Let's make sure it fits. We're going to spin you around here. Rip. Right to there. Put that sucker up against there. And it's a little smaller, but you know, it's not a big issue. Main thing is that this circumference fits. And I think it's gonna. Okay, so let's go over to. And the very cool part about the whole pattern torch deal is that I get to cut stuff out of old scrap. You know, I scrapped this piece here a while back. There it is. It just wasn't there yet. Okay, so now we want to come in fairly close. Let's somehow go back to pre-cut. We want to slow this thing way down. Quite hard enough yet. Oh man, isn't that just the coolest? It just dropped right down. Okay, so we take it over and rotate this around a little bit. I'd say that looks pretty good. Let's get stuff going. Oops, hang on, these sticks. Ah. There we go. Even that one dropped. Somewhat. Okay. All right, that looks good. Turn it down to 2. Fire it up again. Well, good morning. It's the next day, and yesterday I went and picked up some more of the metal. We got 6 of these rails, and the slider or the carriage. Let's see. You know, I realized that as soon as everybody shows up, things will go crazy. Everything's pandemonium for the next number of hours, and I don't get a chance to grab the camera. I'll grab the camera when I can, but I'm thinking it's probably not going to happen as much because I'm being more of a manager than an actual metal worker. So I thought maybe what I do is every morning just check in, show you the progress. How about that? Okay, so we got some metal, and I'll show you what we did this last yesterday. All right, let's see what we got. So what I did is I started with let's swing you down here, down there. I started with 1-inch solid bar stock because I couldn't find any DOM this size. So anyhow, just bar stock, put that in there. Oh, this one actually goes to the other end, but it's and I've been numbering them just because I'm going to hand this whole thing off to Kyle, who's a much better welder than I am, and he's going to weld the whole thing up. So we're doing a number system so we can kind of keep an eye on all of the parts. Of course, you watched me make those parts yesterday. We made 12 of these, and 12 of another part that was very similar to that. We also worked on the, I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, you can probably see them. We worked on the brackets for the sprocket, which is at the other end of the frame. And let's see, what else? That's probably pretty much covered the day. A couple of little L brackets, or I mean tabs, and that's about it. It doesn't seem like we got a whole lot done yesterday, but I know we did. So, hey, I'll be back hopefully sometime during the day, and if not, I'll see you in the morning. Okay, well, this is one of the coolest things about this pattern torch. I mean, it'll certainly follow circles and bends and stuff like that, but it'll also cut a straight line. So that, oops, it didn't come far enough down. That is a big boon to my abilities here, because I'm dealing with 10 gauge, and you know, you got to have a pretty good size shear to cut 10 gauge, at least in any length, and check it out. So I just check the line, make sure that we're squared up with the line. Go for it. Come on. Bring it in just right onto the line, let it preheat a little bit, and let's rip. Got too close. All right, fine. We're gonna heat it up again and take off from this line. What's happening is the metal is warping up and getting in the way. I'll tell you what, let's do is let's just pull the torch back a bit. Okay, we're gonna heat up this area right here, get it hot enough. There we go. And turn it off just at the right moment. Bang! And we got ourselves a reasonable cut. Okay, turn it. Adjust the line. And we're ready to rip. Let's see if we can get a good cut this time. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, there's plenty of room. Okay. There we go. Done deal. Well, that one didn't cut as well, you know, and it just keeps changing, but it's still cut. And with little bit of cleanup, and I think we got something. Okay, so what we've got is a 4-inch plug of 1-inch bar stock, and we need to drill a 5/8 hole in it. So, hey, this is the job. We'll do a center drill first because we're going to come in with long bits, because it is 4 inches long and I don't have any 4-inch long bits. So we'll just get rolling. All right, well, that didn't take too long. And I've done 6 of these, so we're ready to rip. All right, well, we've got these 1/4-inch steel plates here that we need to reproduce, and I'm not sure, but I think it has studs that go in there. If it doesn't, well, we're going to figure out something. There's no way of knowing because these are welded in and that's welded in, and we're not undoing the welds, so it should be okay. If you look sideways a little bit, you can see that there's a pretty good size hole in the center too. So we're going to drill out these 4 holes and tap them and put a center hole in there. And we're going to do that times 6. Okay, and it's later in the evening, so it's not so noisy. Haha. All right, we've got one of these bearing blocks, and it's a floating bearing, and you can see that the bearing just kind of finds its own center. I'm not sure how critical that was, but you know, they did that. So, and we've got some plates cut, and we're going to drop this in. Oops, I think it goes this way. Yep. And get it somewhat centered up. Slide it over a little bit, and we're just gonna center punch this. Okay, we're gonna kind of maintain the center. Come back, find our center, there it is. Find this center, there it is. Carefully slide the whole thing over. Go in for the third hit. Find all our centers again. There's one. Well, that one didn't exactly. There it is. There's one. Alright, well this center thing's not going to work, so I think maybe a better idea is to... Okay, so what we've done is we've come in with our little center device here and we've scratched our center lines on each of these corners so that we have exactly 3 240 in between each one of them. So that being said, we should have just what we need. And that should be our center point. Let's go ahead and put a drill bit in there. And I think we're going to put a center drill in there first because I punched some holes in that and I need something to be really stable. I didn't punch holes in it, I did center punch. Oh, that's pretty slow. That's better. Alright, now we want to do a 7/16 coarse thread. That's a U drill bit.